Brandon, ready to talk some Niners today.
Yep, here we go.
So, you excited for the season?
Yep, I think looking at our schedule, it looks pretty easy this year. So coming off the almost 12-game win streak from last year, should have been 12 if it wasn't for that Eagles game. We're looked in pretty good shape, so I'm expecting more this year. Hopefully, we have some consistent quarterback play this year, and we don't get injuries like we did last year.
No, I hear you. Especially that playoff game. I was just really sad watching that. Now, Brock's coming off 12-game win streak. Very nice run towards the end of the season, and the unfortunate injury early on took him out. McCaffrey was throwing the football at one point.
Yeah, no, that game was just a game to forget. It was absolutely horrible.
No, that's it. But I mean, how do you feel about the offseason? You feel like the team stick together and?
I don't know. We got a few losses, and Aziz Al-Shair we lost. We lost. Who else did we lose? Jimmy G, Mike McGlinchey. McGlinchey I'm not mad with because he was absolutely terrible. I feel like he's
line, didn't you?
I feel like he's one of the most overrated players in the NFL. Jimmy G, well, we got Brock, we got Lance, plus we had Darnold, so not that big of a loss. And Javon Hargrave was the really big addition, and now our defensive line is definitely, in my opinion, between us and the Eagles, it's definitely the best in the NFL, I'd say.
No, it definitely got better, especially got Bosa playing. I mean, the performance he's been playing.
The DPOY, man.
Yeah, literally, he's been playing out of his mind. If you can just replicate that alongside of Hargrave, I think that's just lethal right there. And but did you see the rumors with Bosa?
Yeah, I'm hoping we could just get this contract stuff over with. He's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. It's going to be really between him and Jefferson. Whenever Jefferson decides to sign, it's going to be one of them. I think it's going to be Bosa.
But Bosa still has another year, doesn't he?
Yeah, 1 year, but he won't play. I don't think he's gonna play until then. But anyway, I'm not too worried about it. I think the team are on good terms with him, and I think the deal's gonna get done eventually.
I didn't see any reports that he was upset.
Yeah, exactly. He's just not gonna play because he doesn't want to risk an injury or something.
No, I hear you. But honestly, going into the season, I was looking at the Niners roster. Who's gonna be the quarterback going in?
In my opinion, I think
you run it with Sam Darnold.
No. That's not even an option. I think now that we've seen that Brock Purdy is cleared to start the season, I think I think really it's going to be someone's going to win it in camp, but I think Brock Purdy has the edge of the coaching staff and just in general and the team's confidence because of how he did last year. So I think he will be the starter week 1. I'm hoping for it's a hard as a fan, like I really like Brock Purdy, I really like Trey Lance, so I'm kind of I want to see like I want to see Trey Lance get his chance, but I think Brock Purdy probably gives us the best chance to win right now. So that's probably my pick. What do you think in terms of that?
I mean, look, this is how I see it, right? It really depends how much they value Trey Lance because they spent all that capital trying to acquire him.
Yeah.
Like 3 firsts and whatever it was. That was a crazy trade.
Basically Miami's whole team.
Literally. And then they go after Trey Lance, and that's your guy. But now you have this guy Brock Purdy come in who just came out of nowhere. Good for the guy. I love him. I love his story. But what do you do with Trey Lance? So you spend all that capital, you give him a chance to play, to perform, and potentially trade him, or do you just make him ride the bench another year and walk in free agency?
I really think it's gonna come down to training camp and preseason. He's gonna have to show out and really show that he's taking his game to another level to be a starter. Because I think if it's really Brock and Trey look exactly if they're pretty similar, I think Brock's just gonna have the edge because of what he's done in the NFL so far.
Yeah, because he's been the consistent guy who's done his job.
And we know Shanahan's not a type of guy that he doesn't really care where you were drafted, what you've done in your career.
As long as you play.
Exactly. If whoever's gonna get him the results, he's gonna put in. Even if Darnold, let's say I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't want it to happen, but let's say Darnold shows out or whatever, and he looks like the best quarterback. Shanahan won't be scared to play him. So.
He's going to play Sam Darnold. I kind of want to see that one game. Just Sam Darnold at the helms of the Niners offense.
With the way we get injuries, man, we're probably going to be seeing it.
No, that's it. So, I mean, hopefully everyone can stay healthy. I don't want to see another one of your quarterbacks go down with injury. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like the last 5-10 years, you guys have just been unfortunately hurt.
Yeah, we saw Jimmy was super injury prone.
Trey is
injury prone.
Alex
Smith was injury prone.
Alex Smith was very bad.
Yeah.
And then Brock Purdy got hurt recently.
Kaepernick was pretty durable, I have to say, for a guy, especially for a Russian quarterback. He wasn't.
Yeah, that's true because he did play majority of his games and No, that's it. So now, sorry, getting back to it. the QB conversation. So you believe right now Brock Purdy is their number one guy?
Yeah.
Because I remember last season you were so big on Trey.
Well, do you blame me?
I don't blame you.
Brock Purdy wasn't really in the. He was there, but he wasn't really a option.
No, he was just Mr. Irrelevant, right? And
I'd love for it to be Trey Lance. It's really hard, It's two guys.
Tough as a fact.
It's two quarterbacks I really like, so
no,
I really think deserve a chance to be starters in the league.
Now the big question: if Trey doesn't start, is he now considered a bust?
I wouldn't say so because he hasn't. You have to be a bust. We've seen all the guys that you consider a bust that are high draft picks. They got in a good run of games and they've had a chance to show if they're good or bad. He hasn't. I think I'd say he probably needs a change of scenery.
Yeah.
But we need a solid backup quarterback in case of an injury.
Send him to the Vikings.
Would you actually want that? Would you swap Kirk Cousins for Trey Lance?
Potentially. Depends what the trade entails, but yeah, probably.
With what's happening on watching quarterback now, are you sure?
I love me some Kirk Cousins, but I do think if Kirk ever does land on the Niners, I think you're winning a Super Bowl.
I would love to see that. Well, we've seen it in Washington, the Shanahan and Kirk duo, but Shanahan wasn't the head coach there, so yeah, I'd love to see that duo.
Because we know Kirk is a Shanahan guy.
Especially with how accurate and how he could throw the deep ball.
And Shanahan loves that. That's his favorite thing in a quarterback.
Exactly, so I think Kirk Cousins would be an amazing fit.
Just I don't know if the Vikings would do that. I mean,
I think it's too late now anyway in the season for them.
I think it is too late. I think that we're gonna ride Kirk this year. You guys are gonna ride the rotation or whoever, Brock Purdy, Lance, whatever gets the job. But yeah, no, there was a lot of changes in the offseason for the Niners. Lost a couple of guys, and there's a huge piece that's very underrated. DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco
Ryans leaving the Niners. That must have hurt, honestly.
Yeah, it did, but we're able to replace him pretty well with
Steve Wilks.
Yeah, Steve Wilks, the Panthers interim coach from this year. So I think he should be pretty solid with us, and I think he's worked with Shanahan before, so he knows what he's all about. And anyway, we've had Robert Saleh, we've had DeMeco Ryans, whoever. The defense is just an elite unit, so.
You think it's just gonna stay the same even though Wilks there? Not.
No, I think DeMeco Ryans was obviously a great defensive mind and whatever, but there's so much talent on this defense that it's gonna be hard for them to not perform.
No, that's it. I mean, barring any injuries, which has been the problem for the Niners in recent years, it's just the injuries. If this team stays healthy, completely healthy year round, are they winning the Super Bowl?
You know what I'm gonna say? I definitely think we could get out of the NFC. It's those top dogs from the AFC that I'm really scared of, and that's really the only teams that I'm worried about are the Eagles and the NFC, and then AFC obviously Cincinnati, KC, and
the Bills.
And I don't think the Bills are gonna make the Super Bowl, but it's possible. But even the Bills, I'd still be scared of them because any of those elite quarterbacks you'd never want to face in a game like that.
No,
especially how good those teams
are. Around, but hey, you guys have one too. You got Brock Purdy leading the way.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the season.
Who knows?
Yeah,
right?
Maybe by the end of the season we'll be one of those upper tier quarterbacks. Probably not, but
who knows? No, but yeah, honestly, I really like the Niners roster, and for whatever reason, I don't see them getting much love in the offseason.
Yeah, for real.
That's kind of interesting.
They're coming off an 11-12 game win streak to end the season.
Minus
I don't even count that game. Doesn't even count.
Fair.
And I hear nobody giving us any praise. I hear all about the Cowboys all the time. I hear about the Eagles. Always about the Eagles.
The Eagles, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs and all that.
The Bills are hyped again.
Nobody talks about the Niners and how good they were from when McCaffrey came in.
But I feel like that always happens with the Niners.
Because there's no flashy quarterback. It's all about who's playing quarterback for your team and if it's a flashy name.
No, that's it. I feel like that it's been like that for the Niners in recent years. I don't know why, whatever reason. Team's great. Everyone loves the Niners, but there's no praise whatsoever.
When their team plays against them, they're always a bit scared because of the defense. But besides that, nothing too much. But I think the McCaffrey acquisition was the real big thing that changed our season.
Offense.
Yeah, it changed our season and how dynamic and how versatile he really is. I think that was a huge signing for us. And now having a full season with him and him not just coming in the middle of the season like he did last year.
For that one.
I think it's going to be the offense is going to look amazing.
No, that's it. I just hope Shannon doesn't like run him to shit and like.
Yeah. Hey, we still got Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell will be probably injured before because that guy cannot play more than 4 games in a
I
row.
hope he doesn't get hurt. I like Elijah Mitchell. I honestly think you guys have a really good running game, even with Debo, and you just throw him in there a few times.
That's a guy who I'm excited. Well, not excited, but like interested in seeing how his role is gonna look this year. Because we saw once McCaffrey came in, his workload wasn't as high as it used to be.
Down, yeah.
His production went down. He wasn't getting he wasn't as involved in the run game and the screens and stuff. He wasn't getting them as much.
No, for sure.
And he wasn't one of Brock's like favorite targets. It was George Kittle.
Kittle and Ayuk.
Yeah, we saw Kittle how much of a production spike he got with Brock. So I'm pretty sure Kittle's gonna be hoping for Brock Purdy starting.
No, I remember drafting Kittle in fantasy last year, and
He started off the season absolutely.
First few weeks, I was just miserable. I was like, why'd I draft this guy?
Offensive wise, like he wasn't really doing much, and
There's
then
no blocking.
Yeah, and then he just turned like I think he led the league, and well, he didn't lead the league, but he was in the top in touchdowns, which
second half of season, I think he was up there in almost every category.
Yeah, he was very good with Purdy.
No, that's it. I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited to see, like you said, Debo, BA1K, George K. I want to see this offense run because it's really versatile.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Shannon really loves that. Puts players in different positions.
It's all about the yak.
Literally, it's all about the yak. You get these receivers open in space, they're getting you yards.
That's what the Shanahan model's been. Get guys that can make plays in space when they get the ball.
The little switchblades everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got one at running back, one at receiver. You got a tight end who can do everything pretty much.
Yeah, in terms of Ayuk, that's another wide receiver I think is super underrated.
Brandon Ayuk. Give him his flowers, Brandon. Let's go.
I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the season he's viewed as like one of the top wide receiver, well, top 10, top 15 wide receiver in the NFL. I think he'll definitely be our wide receiver 1 yet again this year. I'm hoping for 1,200 yards. I think I'm being hopeful there. It's just we're not a super pass-heavy offense. That's always been something that has gone against him. I think in an offense like Minnesota's or Dallas or Cincinnati, one of these offenses that throws the ball a ton, Buffalo as well, I think you would see him absolutely thrive there. It's just he's a bit held back with us.
No, for sure. It's just, but I think he's crucial to that offense. Like, I don't think you can replace him.
You can't. He's one of the best route runners in the NFL. He is.
Like, if you replace Ayuk, there's no one that can get that separation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe other than Debo, but
Debo definitely can. It's just
you need that second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I hope the Vikings found it with Addison, but that's another video, another topic.
Yeah, we even have Juwan Jennings, a nice physical wide receiver. We have a mix of everything, guys that can do a little bit of everything. We got Danny Gray, Ray McLeod, and for the speed guys.
Yeah. Anyways, before we wrap this video up, Brandon, just a quick. What's the record prediction? Just quick. Like, what do you think they're gonna end the season with?
13-4. Well, off the top of my head, that's something around there. 12, 12, 5, something like that.
Okay, so you see them sort of replicating what they did last year.
Yeah, basically.
Not a problem.
Because the roster didn't change like too much. Hargrave was obviously a huge addition, but we did lose a few pieces on defense that went to Houston. Jimmy Ward and what was I saying earlier? Aziz Al-Shaair.
Aziz.
So we lost a few pieces. So yeah, I'm still thinking we could do very well this year.
I don't hate it. I mean, the Niners are a tough team, and anyways, if you guys want to watch that breakdown and whatnot, we're gonna get into that next video where we do a breakdown of the whole NFC West, breaking down the Niners, Seahawks, Cards, and Rams, predicting their records, and who's gonna take it, who won't.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in that video in a few days. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you.